Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
I couldn't.
Just for the record, we back.
I'm sorry, you're. My bad. I couldn't hear the intro, so I didn't know where to punch in at. But yeah, Gems for the record. We back in the building. It's your boy Javon, Don Vaughn.
It's what King Eli.
It's your boy Marcus. We all gems for the record. We got a special guest in the building, familiar face. Go ahead, introduce yourself, Brody.
We really deserve a drum roll. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man,
saying?
it's just Chris, man. It's
Wrong one.
family.
Gang.
I could steal y'all was on the him Duncan, him Hardaway.
Yeah,
That was a nice little him Turner.
Yeah, we on.
This has been postponed due to scheduling conflicts, but we got the gang all together, man. We're gonna do the Cowboys deep dive. We've been waiting to do this for a little minute. We finally got Chris on. We're gonna talk about the whole Cowboys season as a whole, including the off season thus far. So we want to start with the season recap of the highs and lows. So Chris, since you being the guest, you can start it off. Give me some highs and lows of the season that just passed.
Um, for me, the biggest low, in my opinion, I'm a big advocate for how you start, how you finish. Even though what we ended up going like 12-5, we opened up the season with that loss to Tampa Bay, which in turn we lost that. But I mean, just thinking back on the whole season, you know, for this to be one of the most, in my opinion, most complete and talented rosters that we have. I mean, this whole season, just to end how it ended was a low to me, in my opinion.
Oh no, you preaching. You were preaching, sir. Eli, what you think?
Dang, bro, I was currently killing some popcorn. Sorry about that.
No,
Uh, I say one of the lows. I think when we lost to the Eagles, bro.
Mm.
That was one of our lows. Another was when we lost Dak. And for some reason, I know this isn't a low, but Cooper Rush being so good. Is that weird to say?
Yeah, it
Niggas
happened
acting
to deal
like
with that.
niggas was
Oh,
acting
let's
like
let him play.
they was acting like there was a dilemma at quarterback or something like that. So
Facts.
that was a confusing part and a
We went
letdown
four
part
and
of the
one.
season. But that's all I got for that, bro.
I mean, we kept it simple though. Like, we kept it so simple. That nigga was averaging like 180 yards passing, one touchdown. Defense was shutting shit down. I think they was at like allowing 17 points a game. Like, yeah, nigga, you gonna go 4-1. You averaging 120 rushing yards. You gonna go 4-1 in this span. It was never a dilemma, bro. Never.
They acting like the playbook was just wide open, wide open. It's not. It's
Seriously.
not. Yeah, it's level.
Seriously. You just let that nigga, like, all you do is just, he not turnover prone, which is great, which is everybody hating on Dak for. And I get it, bro. That nigga, I think it was, I watched the video, them niggas was like, they did a breakdown of the 15 interceptions and who was responsible and shit like that. And of course he was responsible for like 8 of them, I believe, like solely responsible for it. And then the other 7 was debatable. And, niggas bouncing the shit off chest and bouncing the shit off hands and the defender's hands. But I mean, the low for me is just it felt like Dak regressed, bro. Like as far as like reading coverages, it don't feel like he took that next step, like where he should be. You know what I mean? Like
He
he
had a career high though.
of interceptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah, he didn't say
yeah, yeah. And we can't have that. Like, bro, we not in that position no more with the moves that the Eagles are making. We not in that position where we can play around no more. Like, yeah, we can get to the playoffs, but
Yeah.
that one and done shit. Like, yeah, we won a game. We took a step a little bit, beat Brady, but then we took a huge motherfucking step back in the next game. So it's like to feel confident in this team right now. I don't like. I like the moves that we making, but I gotta see us put this shit together, bro. Like, I'm tired of this belief in the roster itself. Like, the players have to be the ones that show me. You know what I mean? You got all the talent, but if your heart ain't there, then it ain't no point. You just collect the check. So yeah, that's my lows.
For my lows, definitely the way the season ended for sure. Another low is Dak going down yet again in the season. It seemed like that's becoming a recurring segment in our seasons over the past few seasons, starting to get all too familiar. A few highs, the defense. I want to shed light on the defense for real because they definitely was a big part, integral part of our season, a significant part of the philosophy, which I believe we're going to probably be a defensive oriented team going forward until, we see otherwise. Another high is us winning the playoff game. I'm tired of us getting ragged on by not winning playoff games. We finally got over that hump, and Dak played out of his mind. Another high is I would say the full emergence of Tony Pollard. I feel like he really came into his own this season. I feel like at his age, entering your prime, I think your skill set it becomes whole, because he was sitting behind Zeke for a little minute. He couldn't really get the full sprint, of the carries. I mean, them doing split carries is probably the best thing for the running game this year. Like giving it to Zeke full time, that's not the move no more. And I'm glad they realized that. And they got to have their own way to let him, blossom as the player that we all know he can because he's just fresh legs, bro. Way more fast, quick off the ball, I like Tony. Hopefully, we're going to talk about him, though, but hopefully he can stick around. If not, then I get the business of it. But, that's a few highs and lows for sure.
I like Tony, but I don't know, I want him to. I want to see him in a full season as the horse, like the whatever they call it.
Every down
back. Every down back. You know what I mean? Workhorse back, whatever they want to call this shit. But yeah, bro, I gotta see him in the full season to really be confident in what he's capable of. But he made a lot of significant steps this year, like a stride. So respect.
This is a two-part question. As a matter of fact, before we do that, I want to say this is the first docket that was kind of like spearheaded by the guest a little bit. We gave Chris a chance to come in and give us questions that he already wanted to. He already had answers prepared for. He kind of wanted to get our take on it, so we want to say appreciate you, Chris, for that. But question number two is two parts to it. The first part is, are there still questions concerning Dak? And the second half of that question is, and with recent quarterback movement, is he still a top QB in the NFC? So Eli, do you think with the recent quarterback movement, you was finna eat a chip?
I was like,
my bad. I go to Javon.
No, let's get it, bro.
You got it.
Yeah, I didn't put it in there, bro.
Do you think he's still a top QB in the NFC with the recent quarterback movement? Because we're looking at all the quarterbacks over the past two seasons. They migrating to the AFC slowly but surely. But
I mean, what Aaron Rodgers going now, right? Aaron Rodgers going now, so who left?
That's pretty much the last of the Mohicans, to be honest with you.
So that's what I'm saying. So who is it? It's just Jalen?
Jalen Hurts, Dak. We got Derek Carr in the NFC a few months ago. Kyler Murray still around.
Damn, this sound like the old East of the NBA, nigga. Maybe, bro. He might be.
I mean, just by default, nigga. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid by saying by default, though. But
I don't know, bro. I think the difference this year is he's going to have more weapons. And, I'm kind of confident in what I don't want to get the coach name messed up, bro, but McCaffrey, I have full confidence in him calling plays, bro. So,
that nigga's nice. Nigga nice in San Francisco for sure, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's kind of hard to have an offense the way you want it to be when you got two different philosophies. You know what I'm saying? You kind of want the guy to do his thing, but now it's contract gear, so, I think they're going to get the best out of Dak because they're going to give him a lot more weapons around him. I didn't really believe in what he had last year, even with the addition of Ty. We had inconsistent play with the offensive line, inconsistent running game. Tight end was a bright spot, but now we don't know what they're going to do. So if they're going to attack that in the draft or not. But anyways, get back to it. I feel like Dak's going to be in a better position this year. So. I'm not really too concerned. I don't think he's going to have as many turnovers as he did last year. I think every QB goes to a year like that where, it's just insane. They're just slinging it. or they got some boo boo ass niggas that can't catch.
Or it's a mix of both, and I think that's what it truly was. It was like,
no, I think he just got some boo boo niggas. This might have been like his worst, a second worst receiving core nigga.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like,
that's their mistake, though.
Yeah, I know.
When they let go of Cooper, yeah.
For a fifth round fucking pick, bro.
Receiving core. I don't think the receiving core was this good in 2016 when they first got drafted. That's just my personal opinion.
No, hell no. It was just Dez, Cole Beasley, Terrence Williams.
We were still getting efficient play from Jason Witten.
Yeah, it was decent. That nigga was like 36 or some shit. He was on his way out.
This nigga
for
was
sure.
40, nigga.
He was at his prime for sure.
That nigga was playing when I was in middle school, bro.
Facts.
But
that nigga like Sean Lee.
Hey.
I'll go with the quarterback movement. Is he a top quarterback in the NFC? I think by default, but I don't want to downplay the kid too much because he's a good quarterback. He's a decent quarterback. I feel like I had him in the top 10. Now I feel like he's more 10 to 12ish, 13ish right now. That's just from what I've seen over the past few months. But my only concern with Dak is it's the interception, it's the turnovers, because he can't be the reason why we losing these games. Like, he got paid. We know he's spearheading our team, not just the offense, but the team. He's the leader of the team. Everybody looks to him for leadership, and that he'll be 30 years old this summer, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. So at 30, I feel like you are who you are as a quarterback. We now know that Dak, he needs the table to be set for him. He needs the O-line to be on point. He needs the running game to be on point. He needs athletic, speedy receivers, good tight end, blocking tight ends, you know. And I feel like, with that being said, it's up to the Cowboys front office to surround him with those, because like I just said, we know that he's not the guy that's going to be able to take you over the hump. He's not going to overcome your deficiencies as an offense. So we have to do our part as a front office to surround him with the necessary talent, because unfortunately he's not a Patrick Mahomes. He's not a Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Jalen Hurts, I guess now. But what?
I don't know, but all them niggas had talent. All them niggas had talent. They front offices put them in, even drafting well for Patrick Mahomes, you know, replacing these niggas with cheaper options that did the same thing in the system.
I promise you. Kadarius Toney.
Every quarterback needs help. Every quarterback needs. I don't care who you are. It's just the name of the game.
Yeah, that's just the name of it.
But I think with Dak is like he has weapons and he knows how to utilize them. But at the same time, I think he tries to overcompensate for like the whole. You the leader, you the $100 million, $160 million nigga. Like, you gotta be, like, you have to will us to a win instead of like using what's available to you, taking the check downs, running out of like 3rd and 3s and shit like that instead of trying to force it into tight windows. Nigga, you got legs for a reason, bro. You capable of running niggas over for those 3 yards. I've seen this nigga do it. So I know he has the skill set, but his mentality is my concern. You know what I mean? Like, that overcome the need to feel like you got to live up to something when you ain't, like, bro, you made it. Like, you beat the odds, nigga. What was it? 4th round pick, 6th round pick, whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, nobody expected this nigga to be the starting quarterback of one of the most famous teams in the world, bro. And you've shown that you capable of like winning games, not significant games, except for the one playoff win or whatever. And I give him credit for that. But like regressing immediately the game after that, nigga, like doing the whole complete 180 literally a week later on a team where your defense held these motherfuckers to what, 17 points? When they was lighting everybody up for 30. So it's like, bro, I need you in those moments to be that nigga. Like, yeah, you might have trash receivers or whatever, but like there are times when I watched the film, Kurt Warner, shout out to Kurt Warner because he got a fucking he got a podcast breakdown where he break down the full like scope of the plays, not just a highlight real version of it. You know what I mean?
I thought
like,
you were talking about that nigga movie. What's that? The Underdogs? That's the fuck I thought you were talking about.
Oh no, I ain't never seen it, but I heard it was funny. But yeah, that nigga, he break it down, and it's just like, bro, it's times where he forcing it into windows just off of pre-snap reads instead of like post-snap reads. Like, okay, no, these niggas drop back into a different coverage. And that's how they was getting his ass. So he predetermined his reads instead of like letting it unfold and seeing who open. So that's what I need him to be able to do this year. If he could do that, then I feel a little better because we got the talent on both sides.
When you said he had trash receivers, what you mean? Or you said he may have trash receivers. What you mean?
Like I'm not saying like he currently has trash receivers. I'm saying like in situations where you may have like your full assortment of weapons not available. You know what I mean? Like
force
will us
feeding
to a game.
Noah Brown or whatever his name is.
Man,
you know
bro, like Noah's nice. I give him his credit, but he not that. You know what I mean? Like he's a fourth option. Nigga. Like, let that nigga stay in his lane. And don't try to force feed CD when niggas know that's what you're trying to do. Like CD can get open, but if you predetermine your read just based off the pre-snap thing, you fucked because niggas like that's how Fred Warner was getting them. That's how like the athletic linebackers are able to get him because he usually running the post. I'm like he usually looking for that post route. So I open up. So I mean like niggas just drop back in the coverage. So hopefully he learned how to read that this year a little bit better, and I feel a little bit better about our odds. Because the East is, I mean, like, yeah. Other than Eagles, we should be in contention, bro.
I do like the Giants from the aspect of like, from a building aspect, like, you know, putting the pieces together. But as for right now, for like Dallas and Philly or like, you know, the higher.
I like all the teams, actually. I just don't fear the niggas. You know what I mean? Like, the Eagles, I'm scared. I'm keeping the buck with you. I'm scared of the niggas at this point. They building the fucking Justice League over there, bro. All right? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm scared of
niggas. No,
especially after what they did last night.
They building the Georgia defense.
Chris, let's get your take on it, man.
Do I think he is the best quarterback in the NFC? I'm going to say, in my opinion,
is he a top quarterback in the NFC?
We can't say best.
No. What the question was top though. Top.
Top. Again, like we said, by default.
Respectfully,
I just feel like at this point, Dak has pretty much shown us who he is, and when you have QBs like Hurts, who just got another paycheck, and that's something maybe we can get into because I think you just alluded to the fact that he's playing on a contract here. I'm not really expecting nothing new from Dak. I mean, besides the fact that for once in a long time, in our offseason, I believe our front office has taken the necessary steps. Usually it's a situation where when the offseason begins, we lose two players and they do their best to replace those two players, and that just be that. Like, I feel like not only have they replaced players, they re-signed, they restructured, they've added, and I just feel like, to me, it's a perfect storm for Dak. If you're gonna do it, you got to do it right now, because with Hurts being paid, we still got who else still needs to be paid?
Joe Burrow needs to be paid.
Joe Burrow needs to get his check. Herbert. Yeah. Joe Burrow, I feel like
I don't think Joe Burrow, not to cut you off, but I think the deal that Joe Burrow gonna get, how like Patrick Mahomes kind of like was like an outlier. I think Joe Burrow gonna get something of that type of realm. Not to cut you off, I apologize, but I heard like 8 years, $400 million. I heard that a minute ago though.
I saw something different.
We gonna get into those top tier numbers, but then no, you good. I mean,
I think I read
got a whole thing of notes and stats. Yeah. I'm ready to.
I think I read up.
That's why I feel unprepared, because I knew this niggas was gonna come with this shit.
They said that Joe Burrow market value right now is at $279 for 6 years. Oh no, $298 for 6 years. I'm sorry. Ooh. And then Justin Herbert market value
say what?
Is 6 years and $279 million.
Ain't no, bro, 290. What we say, 298?
Yeah, 295, 298 for Burrow.
6 years.
Yeah.
So
that's less than Jalen.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I don't think he getting less than Jalen, bro. I'm gonna give you the fuck with you.
I'm just saying what they.
I think those next QBs to get paid. I think it's gonna have to supersede Jalen number, and then that's when we come into what are we gonna do for Dak? I mean, because he is gonna be up pretty soon for that next contract, and it's like I
It's
think what
not
is
getting
Jalen?
$200 million, bro.
Jalen is doing what, like 50 a year?
Yes, he is.
Are we giving 50 a year to Dak?
Yep.
He not getting $200 million,
No.
bro.
Yes.
To be politically correct,
The market is going
you
to.
got to go with the market.
The market's going to adjust, bro.
I'm not disagreeing with y'all. Bro.
Think about it right now. Everybody was
no.
like, "Oh shit, Dak's fucking overpaid." But now look where his is compared to where these niggas is getting paid at, bro. It's gonna change.
That's true, but I would not pay Dak Jalen numbers.
No,
Fuck no.
He gonna have to be under
But think
that.
about it like this: when Jalen when it's time for his next contract, those numbers are gonna be more than where Dak was as far as like his contract numbers. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you. I just don't think those next QB contracts that are coming are gonna be that ridiculously outrageous from Jalen's contract. I think they still gonna be in the ballpark. Okay. So I think if they hear, in my opinion, that contract got to fall somewhere under. I can't. Matter of fact, let me just do this.
Because Lamar deal wasn't too far from Jalen's at all. It was like $5 million more.
It's like $1 million more a year or something like that. He getting 52 and what's called 51.
I was looking at the total number. It was like $5 million more. But
I think
that's,
I think they break it down to guaranteed.
What year did Dak resign?
2020, right?
Yeah,
I think it was 2020.
So I'm just gonna start with those stats. All 12 games, 8-4 overall record, 12-5. That's 23 touchdowns. He completed 261 out of 394 passes for 2,860 passing yards. He was doing 11 yards per pass. He had 15 interceptions. Of course, that was the. No. You said
this year.
He signed in 2021. My bad. He signed in 21, not 20.
That's 16 games. All 16 games. Still 12-25. 2021, he had 37 touchdowns. He completed 410 out of 596 for 4,449 yards, and he was doing 10.9 yards per pass attempt, 10 interceptions. Of course, that was the year where we had the first playoff game against the 49ers. In that game, he was 23 in out of 43 passing attempts, 254 yards. He only threw playoff game 1 touchdown, 1 interception for a 17-23 loss. This year, I'm just going to go because I already read these stats. But, of course, the playoff game against Tampa, he was 25 out of 83, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, rushed for 24 yards, no interceptions at all. I mean, he played a hell of a game. And then we go to the next playoff game against the 49ers again after a performance that I personally feel was one of the best of his career. And in this game, he completed. Well, I'm talking about that next game, the 49ers. He went 23 out of 43, 254 yards, 1 touchdown. He rushed for 27 yards and had 1 rushing touchdown, 2 interceptions, and probably in that game had another one that was dropped that could have possibly been a pick six.
Yeah.
So even with that, so just going off, do we truly believe that this is our franchise QB?
No, respectfully, no. And I for nothing, no, I want to.
What?
At one point, I did, bro. I really
when he owned, to me, Dak resembles top 5 material.
Seriously,
he owned. But when he
owned, just not on at the time.
He looked like dumpster fire.
Man,
diarrhea, doo doo. Like
seriously, bro.
And I, me personally, going back to the contract talk, 50, let alone 45, I couldn't pay Dak that. And this your resume to me is kind of shaky.
And see, thing about it is he a free agent in 2025, unrestricted free agent, but like I think he's eligible for an extension next
year
season, right?
Yeah.
So it's like that's approaching soon. So like these talks are finna start like ramping up. So like
they already started.
So okay, let me ask you this, Chris. I don't know if you got the stat. If anybody got the stat, how many games did Dak throw for 40 attempts? Do we know
this year or in general?
Oh, this year, because I'm wondering. Like, I was talking to some people, and we kind of got like a cap. I like that 25 to like 30, 31, 32 passing attempt. That's the kind of that's my number for him. Like,
I think that's the number for all QBs, though. To be honest, because that shows that your running game is in.
I ain't got the number, but per statmuse.com, Dak Prescott is 7-14 when throwing over 40 pass attempts in his career.
Well, that tell you everything you need to know right there.
Because like that's what I meant when I said
what years. Like what years are we talking about here? Like. Is this like a collection of like
his all
career?
Yeah.
I want to have like a stat where it's like what years that he was required to throw that many times. Because I feel like it's more.
What years?
Because I feel like it's more on the front office as far as a lot of his, I don't know, bro. When he's making bad decisions, it's when the fucking offensive line is not doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's more so what Javon was saying, like him leaning towards the theory that he got to be the guy. And to be honest with you, he is going to be challenged at times, and we're going to have to accept that. Sometimes he is going to be required to be Mr. Everything. We just got to accept that. Whether he shows it or not, that's another thing. But like just that philosophy, he attaches himself to that a lot of the times, like what Javon was saying. But the question is about the contract since we went there. What you thinking? Another 4 or 5 years? That's what y'all.
He probably gonna want a longer one for this contract.
He gonna want a longer contract.
6 years?
Cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with another 3 or 4, but for me it boils down to the number.
3 is a good. I like 3. 3 is cool. Because you're not attached for too long.
He got 2. He got 2 years left now.
He got 2 years. He got 2 years left, but after next season, you can extend him.
I wouldn't start them talks until after this season. Because I feel like personally, with everything they're doing in the front office, with what we're adding to the team, hopefully, I mean, we drafted a D tackle. I'm hoping they go tight end the second round. Maybe we can get into that, but just if they add more playmakers, he got everything he needs. The defense is what it is. I just feel like at this point, if it's not Super Bowl, or if it's another first round out, that can go, in my opinion.
True.
We might as well go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off. Chris, this is what me and you always talk about, so we could bring it to the light now. When defending Dak, and Javon, I know you spent some time defending Dak too. Our biggest question was, what's the avenue to the replacement? Because this is just me personally. I'm down for having a conversation of replacing Dak. The problem is I'm not trying to replace Dak just to be replacing him. I'm trying to move in the top 10 realm of quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? We're going to really do this. Unless the quarterback coming out of college is just can't miss prospect, and we just the transactions just go our way. What's the alternative though?
I mean, that's the problem though. Like when you think about it, because he always gonna play well enough to where we gonna be in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, or in the playoff hunt. You know what I mean? Like where our pick is probably gonna be in the like 18 to 25 range, some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like 17, 18 to 25 range. So you're not necessarily getting, sometimes you might, but like those high level QBs like a Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, and shit like that, the motherfuckers going in the top 8 to 9. You know what I mean? Like, so we would have to trade up. We would have to give up some picks, maybe a first and a third, a first and a fourth, some shit to trade up to get them. Which I mean, like to be honest, the rest of our roster is filling out nicely, especially with the fact that we got multiple picks in the draft. I mean, multiple second round and I think multiple third round picks this year. But yeah, like we could fill out a lot of the needs that we need right now. We could do that if we truly wanted to get off of it. You know what I mean? Like get off of his deal and just move on from it. We could, but we'll have to give up some assets to be willing to do that. And that's not what we know from doing. You know what I mean? So
I kind of get scared when I hear us giving up a first because, like, for the most part, we're really talented at drafting in the first round. Like, it's just we just it's something that we just got it on lock. You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear we may have to give up a first, I get kind of nervous because that's where we find a lot of our gems. I mean, you're supposed to find gems in the first round, but we find like phenomenal talent in the first round, especially where we pick at most of the times too.
I think we draft well in general, though. Like to be honest, we fill out our positions well. It's just them holding up consistently. Like they'll have little spurts of like, you know what I'm saying, great play, but then a fall off a year or two after that type shit. So it's just, and then like we deal with motherfuckers like when we hold on to people for far too long. So as we see, based on the next topic, you know what I mean? Like we so used to doing this shit. So I'm hoping for better days, nigga. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of niggas talking shit to me, bro. I don't like this, bro. I don't like living like this, my nigga. Like,
it's getting hard. It's getting hard to be a deck defender.
Seriously, bro. I want to put cowboy shit up in the room, and I don't even like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro. So I feel it strongly.
Moving on from that, we're gonna get to the coaching aspect of it. With Kellen Moore's departure, where do we stand with Coach Mike McCarthy? I feel like Kellen Moore was I like Kellen Moore's play calling, me personally, but I feel like a lot of people was more down on him, especially this season. And next year, Mike McCarthy.
Because the run creativity was trash. That was the problem.
Bro, you saw
he got full reign now, so we're gonna get to see now.
Went down, bro. It was all she wrote, bro. They couldn't do no adjustments, no nothing, bro. You saw it, bro. It was ass.
Matter of fact, Chris, what'd you say Mike McCarthy said? You done said it to me about 3 times. What'd you say he said when he was sitting down? We're going to get to see it for real now.
Nah, for real.
What'd he say, bro?
I don't remember what I say.
You remember when Coach Mike McCarthy, he was like, yeah, so I was watching the Cowboys.
Oh, talking about he been home. I've been watching him closely. I know what I do, this and this. I mean, honestly, Now, before we just dig deep into
it, you talking about before you got hurt?
Can I cuss on this podcast?
What?
Hell yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Before we just get into the clusterfuck of Mike McCarthy, what's the difference between him and Garrett right now?
How long? It was a playoff.
Consistent playoff.
Same roster.
Consistent playoffs.
Same roster.
Bro. That nigga went 8-8. How many seasons?
We not finna do this.
Nah.
We are.
No. I feel like our coaching staff is better. Our defense is better.
This same roster,
bro.
Mike.
I ain't gonna do him like that, bro. Nah. No. I can't let you get that one, dog.
We had Kellen Moore along the way too.
Only reason I'm saying that is because you can't say you sitting home for 3 years watching us and you got this and this plan. When I hear that, I'm expecting Super Bowl.
Okay,
that's like you telling a female, I done had my eye on you for a minute. I already know how I'm gonna treat you. You get her, and all y'all doing is chilling at home. She expecting the dates, the works, everything.
Hey, John said, Chris, don't do it. John said, Chris, don't do that.
Sometimes it takes time for a coach to implement their philosophy like Chris. Remember?
Hey, shout out John, man. Appreciate you tuning in, my boy.
Shout out to John. What's happening? But you remember we gave him a pass on the COVID year because I think the first year was the COVID year. We got to give him a pass.
I gave him a pass.
And then he lost that, right?
The second year, I forgot what we said the second year, and I think the third year was when we lost to San Francisco the first. I think with San Francisco the first time, if I'm not mistaken. I think I could be wrong.
No, it was.
Not. Hold on. First year we missed. Second year we played San Francisco, right? And then the third year we played San Francisco. This was his third year.
That was this year. So this is year 3, right?
Yeah.
We lost both of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
yeah. I don't know. Hey, man. That nigga's 8-8 champ, nigga. Like I think them got the most 8-8 seasons of any.
Just
Bro, he
overall,
holds the Guinness World Record, nigga, for mediocrity, whatever it is.
We talking. Okay, so
bro, the Giants already let him go, bro.
If this is a proven year for Dak, I feel the same way from McCarthy. We're talking about a coach. I mean, he's 30.
It's a contract year for this
30 and 20 so far with us. I think he's 1-2 in the playoffs. His 3 years so far, we've been 23rd, 19, and 20th in our defensive ranking. And I think, let me look at this. 2022, we were in the top 10 in the league for penalties. Actually, number 9 with 104. 2021, we led the league with 127. And in 2020, I mean, we were 2 penalties away from being in the top 10 again. And I mean, even when I look at the playoff games, if people want to blame Dak, I wholeheartedly would not disagree with you, but I think Mike McCarthy as a coach deserves a lot of the blame for how so many particular games are managed. I mean, that clock management, just how I don't think he reads the game sometimes with timeouts. I mean, wasting. Was that this game? I think this last playoff game we had like 2.5 some minutes. He led 30 some minutes. I mean 30 some seconds past, then kicked the punt. About time we got the ball back. Yeah. We had like 45 seconds where if you are
use the timeouts before.
Yeah, you use your timeouts. We probably come back with like 1 minute and 20 left and could potentially win the game because we weren't technically out of it. I just see a coach that.
And then that bullshit with Zeke, bro. Like, come on.
He don't know how to manage. He doesn't know how to manage the game. And if y'all weren't sold on Kellen Moore, cool. But him and Kellen Moore could have left, and I would have been fine with just Dan Quinn just being my head coach.
Facts. But I don't necessarily trust that because we've seen him as a head coach in Atlanta. Like,
I mean, yeah,
he took him to the Super Bowl.
He did. They definitely had
so what are the okay, so this was actually the question that I had for y'all at the end of this Mike McCarthy conversation. Depending on how the flow of this coming season goes, do you see Mike McCarthy getting fired mid-season?
I don't think.
Yeah, we start 0-6.
When did Jerry Jones fire somebody during the season?
That's what I'm trying to think. Did Bill Parcells get fired like that?
I think so because I think Garrett took over in like a middle of the season, right?
I think that was.
Or even if it's not mid-season, just do you see him? If this season is another 12-5, we go to the playoffs and we out. Is this his last time coaching the Dallas Cowboys?
I think he has to get. I think he has to get to the conference championship, and once if he does that, then I think he's good. If he don't make it there, then I don't think they're going. They might, because I mean, what's a better option?
They're not gonna fire him.
Yeah, I don't think. They don't. This is contract year though, right?
If this season mimics last season, I don't think he loses his job. I think it has to be in more horrible fashion of like a season-ending situation. If we go to the playoffs, I mean, like in theory, a playoff appearance is what you want. But like Jerry Jones is the type of quarterback. Like I don't really know what's their criteria of like parting ways with a coach. I don't really know what's the ultimate failure for them. That's the thing that's the puzzling part about all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get it.
Yeah, because Jason Garrett didn't do nothing different from any other season. And
that's what I'm saying. Like what's the real criteria?
Fans, we don't know.
When he dating one of the daughters or something.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I would think he would fire a nigga a little bit quicker for that. Shit, I would think. Oh, hey, nigga, he didn't call a timeout when he needed to. But daddy, it's his first game. Get him out of here.
So this is gonna be his first season, like with full reign of the offense. What are we expecting to win?
We got what was it, Marty Schottenheimer?
Yeah.
That's the coach from Seattle, right? When they had Marshawn.
If I'm not mistaken, it is, yeah.
I expect a heavy dose of run. Like, bro, that's why I really look forward to seeing how we draft as far as the running backs that's available on the board or whatever. But I feel like we really need to invest in some more running backs and like all purpose type of backs as well. You know what I mean? Like
UCLA still on the board? The running back from UCLA.
Oh,
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm watching.
Hey, Brian Schottenheimer, Javon.
Brian. Oh, okay. The Marty was the one from Seattle.
Yeah.
I don't know Brian. I don't know where you. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we just need to be creative in our runs, bro. Like we can't just constantly like line up and like try to run between the tackles, especially now that we got Pollard. He outside the tackles. We definitely need another, third down back, heavy set back that can get us the harder yards. But like, as long as Dak is willing to run when he has the opening space to run and have faith in his legs, then I believe that we can, you know what I mean? Like we can open up the playbook because we have weapons. And now I like the Brandon Cook pickup, even though he kind of overpaid, but I ain't tripping up that. Like,
but we getting like a later part of that deal, right? I remember when he first signed it.
Yeah, no, this like 2 years left on his deal or some shit, right?
Yeah, okay.
So, but I mean, but like either way, he's still getting $18 million a year, so it's still kind of high. But like, it's an L I'm willing to take if we can capitalize on it the right way because we've restructured so many deals and moved money around and freed up money to be able to solidify our roster. And then we get the right draft picks, then we can utilize the space that we created. So,
damn.
Yeah.
No, man, that nigga went to Seattle.
Moving on from the coaches, time to talk about Ezekiel Elliott. This is a two-part thing too. Zeke's farewell, ? And Zeke's Cowboy career recap. Before we get to the recap, the reason why I said Zeke's farewell with a question mark, I know y'all can't see it, but it's rumored that he could come back on a cheaper deal. I ain't gonna hold you. Respectfully, I'm kind of good on that, but like I can't control the business. But like that's the rumor. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it at this point. So Eli, what's your take on that?
I'll bring it back for the low.
What's
not?
The low?
Yeah, for real though.
You say
like
what? For whatever, you know what? They need to put a poll
like
out.
$4 million?
No, they just need to put a poll out. And then whatever the fans will come up on what we cool with giving this nigga, then that's what they get at, nigga, bro. Then nobody could be mad because this is what we see. What we, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
I'm telling you, unlimited supply, nigga. We got you.
Yeah. You know?
Like, for real, bro. Like, I still think he's effective.
About 3.5, bro. 3.5 mil for something.
I'm telling you, I don't think he like completely washed, bro. I think we utilized him in the wrong way, only trying to use him running through the tackles, but that price tag was the real issue. If you can get him on a discount,
whatever it was,
then he's a great back to have on your team, like 4 or 5 mil. You know what I mean? Like something super cheap.
So is this a situation like 3rd and 1 goal line situation? Like is he that back now?
He that. Hey, we need to pass the ball. Let's add this nigga in as an extra lineman nigga so we can get the ball out.
Honestly, I think we need to let if we just let that nigga heal, like because like he clearly been playing with an injury for the last 2 years and trying to be like the star back at the same time. Like, bro, you really just making yourself look stupid because you're not even all the way 100. And like the niggas already think you trash, like you washed anyway. So you not helping. He wasn't helping himself by trying to play through injury, to be honest. So if he was to like actually let him get healthy, I think he'd be a great addition to the roster.
That nigga stayed injured, bro. After he got that bag, nigga,
The
he
knees.
stayed injured, nigga.
Yeah, the knees. I mean, that shit. That's just a part of the running back shit, bro. Like being a running back, more than likely, you're not gonna have a long shelf life.
He need them AP knees. He need to get
Zeke,
on whatever that
Zeke
nigga on.
Zeke is 27 though, so it's like letting him heal. I don't know what that looks like from the standpoint of like what we really need though. Like I don't think we need him to heal. Like we just don't need him. Like I just feel like the time is.
No. I wasn't talking about like even signing him right now because I don't think nobody's in a rush to sign him in general. So I would think like let him sit, let him get healthy. You know what I mean? Like we don't even got to sign him until at a later point. You know what I mean? Where he's had time to rest and recover and not have the wear and tear preparing for the year or whatever. So
honestly, bro, I think when they say, oh, well, you know, Zeke might come back, like when this nigga retired, hey, nigga, come back on a 1-day contract, nigga, so we can, you know, ship you off as a Cowboy legend. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, you know, that's what I think. I mean, it'd be cool, like I said, but I don't think they're gonna do that, bro.
What you got, Chris?
Like I said 3 years ago, we should have let Zeke go. I keep calling him Zach. I don't even remember the nigga name no more. But nah, I mean, in this farewell to Zeke, thank you for his career. He has 8,262 career rushing yards,
which is the same as Derrick Henry.
That ranks third in our franchise history, and behind Emmitt Smith, Tony Dorsey. He was the NFL rushing champion in 2016, 2018. I mean, letting him go, you know, that gave us the ability to, you know, have like a $10.9 million cap relief, which was smart. I know a lot of people is kind of confused by the move, but it's like if you've been paying attention, I mean, you know, I mean, number 4 pick, and for his first 2 seasons, you know, just looking at his stats, he was averaging 4.6 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns per season, yeah, and he only failed to get 1,000 yards rushing just once, but you know, over these last 3 seasons, and, you know, he was averaging 4 yards per carry, and you know, he was just an effective goal line back. 28 rushing touchdowns in these last 3 seasons, but in those 3 seasons, he only hit 1,000 yards once, and you know, that came in I think it was 2021. Yeah, when he got 1,002 yards. He had.
I mean, technically, he was almost at 1,000 this year. Right? It was like 983 or some shit.
It was 979, and no. It was 979 in 2020. This year, it was 876. I mean, I just.
He did what he could, man.
That burst through the hole didn't look the same. I think I called you, Marcus, you know, when we during the playoff game, and it was like, for that to be our star back, the fact that when Tony Pollard went down in that 49ers game, it was like we all knew, like, well, dang, it's over at that point. That's our rushing attack. But I mean, just looking through his stats and everything.
Corey Davis did give us a little boost. I like that dude. Corey Davis? Yeah.
That was my question to y'all was, and I guess I'll answer it first. Would be, how would you describe, or how would you in one word describe Zeke's career? And for me, it's just it's underwhelming. For that to be, you know, based off his productivity at Ohio State, you really, you know, thought that this would be a back that was destined for really a Hall of Fame career, and it just, to me, it just tapered off. It tapered off way too soon, and you know, just from them knees. Not necessarily saying Zeke wasn't fast, but he wasn't necessarily the fastest running back. So just, once them knees hit, it's like you can kind of see like he just lost whatever.
Well, I mean,
it didn't look the same. Well, I'm not talking about first year. See, so first year, that second year, but I'm just talking about as soon as those injuries started coming back, it just looked like he just lost a step. And to me, that's the difference between being what he can still potentially be, which is, he can still potentially be a good back, but just that greatness that we assumed or predicted that he was going to be. To me, it just kind of tapered off towards the last of his seasons with us. But yeah, that was my question, y'all. In one word, how would you describe his career?
Short-lived. I know it seemed like he was hurt for a minute, but like
I'm playing.
The Zeke that we know is like he set the bar so high because easily he was like, if not the second best running back in the NFL, like for at least a 2-year span. Like like I said, he set the bar so high, and then like once, like you said, once he tapered off,
it was him and Gurley.
It was him and Gurley. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, that's
and buddy from Pittsburgh. Bell, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah. It's crazy, like him and Gurley though, like the two quarterbacks like that we talked about that kind of screwed up the running back market. It's crazy that they was 1 and 2. They was 1 and 2 at some point in time. Like once he tapered, and me personally, I feel like once he went to Cabos, he just never was the same. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I don't. Maybe
that year he came back though. That year he came back. He was like 1,000 yards off of 11 games or shit. Like he was still him, but that next year after that, he was trash.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It was the next season. Like once he started tapering off, it was like
it wasn't the same.
What's going on?
But you also noticed that the carries, bro. It was like the nigga was like he started at like 304, went to like 321. It was like them, like all of them heavy carries, like bro, like. Honestly, if we would have done what we did with them this year, like at an earlier point, like gave him somebody to pair with, like they could split the carries, even though he is your workhorse back, like you still like we should have recognized what we recognized this year. Like don't like let the wear and tear get him because like you need him fresh if you're gonna pay him $18 million a year or whatever it was, like $16 million a year. Like you need him fresh towards the end of the year.
Well, we'd be crazy to say part of the decline of Ezekiel Elliott wasn't on us as a whole franchise.
Exactly, bro. We ran a nigga into the ground.
We take big part in his carry.
He had miles on him before he got to us also, you know what I'm saying? And then I think with the decline of our offensive line, they kind of just happened all at the same time, you know what I mean?
Fact.
But it's kind of different though because of course a running back for sure gonna have miles coming into him, but like coming into the NFL, but like when he got there, he looked like Tony Pollard looked times 2 back then though, but it's like the fresh legs, the ability to evade tackles, blocking, catching in the backfield. It looked like Saquon. Like it was like our version of Saquon Barkley when he first got there. He was a game changer for us, and him not playing to that performance, it was just I just felt like it was short lived for sure. Like it hurts to see, what his career has succumbed to, but that's just me, short lived.
That's hard to put it in one word. Right. To me, to be honest, I don't know if I had you got it one word, Elon?
It's about the same run as Tupac and Biggie, fam.
That's not one word, nigga. Nigga had a whole sentence. Nigga got a whole quote on it. But nah, you said like the same. This Tupac and Biggie.
He said,
"Oh no, we ain't giving them Tupac and Biggie, bro. It's been 30 years since them niggas. Well, down there 30 years, and we still rapping their lyrics. I don't know if he gonna get that same treatment.
He in Dallas, bro. Yes, he's gonna.
He ain't do shit, bro. You ain't Emmett. Like Emmett get that type of love,
bro. Every Cowboys legend here get that type of love, bro. Let just be a nigga in the practice squad, bro. You still getting slop, bro. That's not. It's gonna happen. You good?
You can get some slop from some random bitches, but the love, nah, ain't no love gonna be there.
That's love, nigga. But anyway,
Hey, you ain't what that nigga Draymond say? You ain't getting the Kobe love. You ain't getting that Emmy love, bro. They don't like you like him. But nah, for me, one word. Damn. What could have been? You know what I mean? Like if we would have kept that O line healthy, bro. If we would have just kept Tyron Smith going down, Travis Frederick retiring, Zach Martin missing a year, like. It's just so many hits, bro. So many hits on that old line and still trying to like run the ball 320 times. And like, bro, you wore that nigga down, bro. We did that to the nigga. And then we blame that nigga for being trash. So, I mean,
yeah, because if you look at it, bro, once homie retired, bro, it was really like they were just patching up the old line and living off the good old days, bro. And now we just really like,
fucking Connor
really,
Williams.
You know what I'm saying? Like now we're in a real bad spot. Well, I don't want to say real bad spot, but we still got some questions in the offensive line. You know what I mean? So,
no, I mean, bro, I don't know, man. I really wish him the best. I don't know if anybody gonna pick him up. If nobody picks him up, and he really gonna take a discount, nigga, I got a Groupon for some King Spa. I got a discount on towels through the company. You know what I mean? I mean, shit, whatever the nigga need.
He took a tight end with that second pick.
Who?
We did?
We took a tight end from Michigan with that second pick.
I ain't even see.
Oh yeah, big homie, like I think he's like 6'5", 230, good blocker.
Man, my shit on delay. Thank you for spoiling it for me, Chris. Shit. My shit's still on Chicago.
Bro, why people keep saying we need tight ends? I like Hendershot and Ferguson. I don't understand.
What is his name? Young. Say his name again, please.
Hendershot and Ferguson.
You got me fucked up. This nigga not finna be my starting tight end with that kind of first name. Nah, I'm playing.
No, it's two names. It's Hendershot. Hendershot, they two separate niggas. One name Hendershot, one name Ferguson.
I'm playing.
Schoonmaker. Luke Schoonmaker is the tight end we just drafted.
Who?
That's
what?
Luke Schoonmaker.
Damn.
Luke
Schoonmaker.
Oh yeah, a country
nigga.
Yes, yeah, country. He driving up in the tractor. I like it, bro. That's one of them cornbread. He gotta be like that. He gotta be a cornbread.
Chill, bro. This dude black, bro. Chill.
That nigga's not black.
Nah, I'm fucking with you, bro.
That nigga's not black. Ain't no nigga named Schoonmaker, but
he must be a good blocking tight end, because I know that's
what they're saying.
Yeah, because we was lacking for sure. Off the
Hendershot, I don't understand why. Like, bro, nobody like Hendershot and Ferguson. What's up? They was playmakers, bro. Hendershot jumping over niggas. Ferguson was a great route runner. I don't know about his blocking, needs a little bit of work, but like I think with like maturity, bro, we have two solid ass tight ends already.
Yep.
We could have used this shit on the O-line.
In the search of adding playmakers to what is supposed to be an explosive offense. I know this ain't on the tangent. How y'all feel about this pick of blocking tight end?
So, like I said,
it's necessary, but you need a running back first, motherfucker.
Either that or I would have rather them get a receiver, me personally.
I wanted a running back. To be honest,
we need a running back, but we don't have. I was looking at our roster on the receiving core. That nigga's garbage after the first three.
I mean, what we got? Well, if you can't pull up the roster, the current wide receiver core.
on the receiving core.
Yeah, I know our first four, but I don't know after that. I know. I mean, we still got Buddy from
CD, Cooks, Gallup, Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah.
Kate, how you say? Cavante, Kimmy, Dennis, Houston, Antonio Callaway, and Drummond.
You know, Houston, I think he not saying that he deserves to be in the conversation for wide receiver core, but like I think with a little bit of training, a little bit of educating, he can be something, because I seen little flashes when we was blowing niggas out. So I mean, like, I don't know.
After the first three, I think everybody else just guys.
Bro, we needed a tight end last year, bro. We needed a tight end last year.
Since we already here, we might as well just introduce it. Off-season moves thus far plus draft day one. We already here. We could just do the draft.
No, let's do it. Let's do the whole.
No, I'm just introducing it since we already here. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
We could continue as we going. But no, y'all keep going. I was just introducing it since we were here.
Like I said earlier, for once, it just seems that this is an off season where they have been proactive instead of, just kind of whatever happens. The move to what we traded was our 5th round draft pick for Gilmore. The re-inking on the deals with Vanderidge, Wilson, restructuring deals with DeMarcus Lawrence, like just doing the things we need. Tyron Smith. So
I think Dak restructured too again, right?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he did. I think Zach
Martin pushed it back.
I don't know. I don't know, but I know. I think I saw something with everything we've done. We dang near freed up close to like 40-something million, something like that. But, the move we made for Cooks, which was kind of crazy because we had offered Houston a 3rd round pick before the trade deadline, and we ended up getting them for a 5th and a 6th. So essentially, it ain't cost us nothing, and I like that. To me, that was a good move, because Houston paying $6 million of the $18 million contract that's left with them. I got the, just digging into his stats. The fact
I ain't know they was paying that $6 million. So that's 12.
Yeah.
That look way better.
And then the fact that, he had over 1,000 receiving yard moment with New Orleans and 2015, did it in 2016, had over 1,000 in 2017 with New England, 2018 with the Rams, 2020 with Houston, and 2021 again with Houston. So, just when I was looking into his stats, the fact that he's had 1,000 yards with, essentially 4 different teams, to me spoke to his ability to adjust and adapt with different coaches, different schemes, and just really thrive. He runs good routes, has good speed. He can play the slide. He can play on the outside. And then when I got just looking at that, I had Lamb 1, him 2, and Gallup the 3rd option with Cooks being in that slot. I just felt like they gave Gallup, you putting your 3rd or 4th defensive back option on him. I just feel like our receiving core, just with those 3, we got something to play with.
I'm honest now.
But as I got to thinking about that and looking into his stats, my question was, did that stop us from selecting a receiver in the first 2 rounds of the draft, which obviously we ain't select one. Me personally, like I said, I would have still took a receiver just to have a 4th option that could actually, be a critical playmaker on our offense.
I think us getting him kind of like not derail those plans, but like kind of put our focus elsewhere, because I had a Zay Flowers theory. I did believe that if Zay Flowers was available, we would have took him. He ended up getting drafted by the Baltimore Ravens, but I'm listening to what you said about our receiving core in its totality, because we do a lot of young, unproven receivers. I think between CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks, I don't think there's like a super rush to address the need immediately. I think running back should be more of a focal point for me personally. Right. That's what I think. I think the receiving core is solid as for now, but I definitely think running back should be a target at some point.
With the running backs, of course, we tagged Pollard. That's a 10.9 on the tag.
Yeah, I didn't understand.
Franchise.
It was 10.
Oh, that's not on the tag.
No, his team. I just don't understand why they tagged him for that much. I understand that was the market, but You had other running backs getting less.
Yeah, but that's just.
I mean, not the tag is gonna be what it is.
We're talking about like 6 to 7 minutes. I'm saying like there were
the
options
tag
that we could have. No,
yeah,
what I'm saying
the
is
tag,
there was
the tag
other
is-
running backs that we probably could have gave less to that we could have got similar.
In the same explosive vein as him?
Yeah.
Nah. Who?
I just feel like that
Gotta
was
keep
just an
Pollard.
attempt to just kind of keep them around.
We don't even know
until
where
they
he's gonna
can-
be at though after this injury, bro. And then
Nah,
you saw it, but you saw it like
facts.
when he actually had to carry a whole game, bro. That nigga was gassed out, bro.
I
That
don't
nigga
look.
also had 126 yards.
I don't look at him as an every down back though. I don't. Maybe I'm
How
tripping.
many-
this.
but how
That's
many-
what I told you
But
when
I'm
we
saying,
was
but
at
we
the
just paid this dude
when he got drafted. Even in college, he wasn't an every down. He wasn't an every down
Nah.
back. Yeah,
But that's the thing though with him. It's like
he trying
he
what
can
is he
break
trying to get
one.
paid, though.
He can break one at any given time. He can break one. That's the difference between him and a lot of them other niggas.
That's cool.
Like, yeah, they might do like 25, 26 carries and then with like $150, $160, some shit like that. He can do that shit in like 12 to 15 carries. He can get you that 120, and then you have another supplemental back behind him that's gonna get you the 40 to 50 yards, the tough yards. You know what I mean? So it's like, I understand 10.9 not the number you want to hear, but it's understandable. Like, that's 1 year. We gonna work around, see like what his standing is gonna be, because he ain't gonna start the year. I think he ain't gonna be back until like middle of the year or some shit like that anyway. So,
But y'all got to remember too, though, like the running back market is shot right now. Like if you look at what running backs were getting paid this offseason, like it's not crazy anymore. Like I think those days are kind of. I mean, I'm willing to see what Jacobs from the Raiders is going to get. I'm gonna see what the Giants gonna do with Saquon, because they tagged him. They're gonna have to pay him. I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. Did Chubb get paid, or he's yet to be paid?
I haven't heard anything about him getting paid, but I can look into it.
Yeah, but like the running back market, it's not. No.
I'm gonna have to look at that. I'm gonna have to look at when we made this second pick, what was still on the board. Because now, in thinking on that, we probably should have just took a running back right there. Because
I'm going to cut you off, Chris. I'm just for a little information. Nick Chubb signed a 3-year, $36 million deal with Cleveland.
One of the best backs in the league, like underpaid for sure, but that's the market.
So that's 12 a year.
And the tag was 10, so it's $2 million less for 1 year. So it's not bad. That tag really is super low, if you ask me, but that's just the market. But, so, go ahead.
My bad, Chris. I didn't hear you.
No, you good.
Nigga, look like Armageddon outside. Nigga, god damn.
I'm just thinking that the only I'm thinking about Zeke, and I'm thinking about the tag. You don't let Zeke go and tag Pollard without thinking about who's the counterpart with Pollard. So I'm just wondering what they're not questioning them in the front office, because for the most part, Dallas does an okay job when it comes to the draft. I just now thinking more on the fact that we just drafted a tight end. We could have got that in the third round and took a running back right here, because if next year Pollard will be 28. You can't tag him again, because if you tag him again, now the tag is at 13 mil. I would have took a running back either this first or second round, and let him play the role. That's what I was telling you earlier when we was on the phone, Marty. Let him play the role like Pollard played to Zeke until that franchise tag is up. Now that running back we just drafted, he takes over Pollard role, and we can find another running back next year in the fourth round to kind of have two complementary backs to each other. I don't know if I would take another back after this second round. I don't know.
So this is a situation where it's kind of like he's 27, he's older. You don't really want to. I don't know if you want to pay him I don't know if you want to give him a long-term contract now.
Nah.
It's kind of late for that, but like I don't know if giving him another tag. I don't know if he's gonna go for that. I'm not saying he really got a choice. I know the tag is the tag. You know, you can't. But how is they gonna go for us giving him another tag though?
I mean,
I
but this
don't think
thing,
they
another
would
tag,
do
that's
that
gonna be
just
at what,
because of the
13,
numbers.
14?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's gonna be at 13 if they tag him. I don't think they would do that.
Yeah, no.
I think at that point you have to let him walk.
Yeah, you gotta let him walk because he gonna want some type of long-term security though. Like at that age, at 27 with no bag, that's kind of crazy. Like, nah, he's trying to get paid.
Yeah, facts. That's why his time to get paid was this year. I feel bad for him going through the injury. Like when he finally, improved his value so much this year. And now, like you said, he kind of older, so it's like it's up in the air as far as what he gonna end up with in the end. But shit, I'm glad we was smart enough to tag him instead of like giving him a long-term deal and not knowing what he gonna be when the season starts.
Trust me, bro. One thing we don't got to worry about now is running back deals in Dallas no more. We paid. We've atoned for our sin. We've atoned for our sin. Trust me. Even the most stubborn people aren't. They not above learning a lesson.
I don't think you know who Jerry Jones is, bro. Like you got a couple B's on the line. I think that nigga just be like, bro. Honestly, I can do what the fuck I want to do. Like if I want to keep that nigga, then I'm gonna keep him. Yeah.
How y'all feel about the first round pick, Mozzie Harris?
I loved it, bro. To be honest, we needed that, bro. Like, of course, he's not a well-known household name or nothing like that. He don't make splash plays. He is a necessity. You know what I mean? Like, we were getting gashed in the run game, bro. We had nothing. Like, I like Odigizua. I like Gallimore. But it just seemed like they aren't ready and they don't have the know-how to take over a game, to shed a block in crucial downs. They get pushed off the line. Like, we need somebody that's strong, that's fast. I think the nigga ran like a 4.5 or some shit like that. Like solid, I think like 6'3", 330, 320 or some shit like that. Yeah, so it's like, bro, solid, good athleticism. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we need somebody who can get to the ball. He's gonna be a tackle for loss type of nigga. Like, it ain't gonna be too many sacks, but it's gonna be a lot of tackles for loss. So, we need it, bro. I'm tired of getting gashed in the run game, bro.
You had some great insight on him earlier, so can you, get up?
I just, because again, at that particular moment during the draft, we essentially had our picks of, the edge rusher from Georgia, Nolan Smith, and the cornerback, Joey Porter. And I just feel like maybe those were the more attractive options we could have took, but I just think this pick was a needs base, so I had to kind of research him because I'm just keeping it being. I ain't know who he was, so just finding out 6'3", 340. He was ranked as the second best defensive lineman in the combine. One of the strongest players in this year's draft. I think they said
like 35 reps.
Yeah, 34 reps at 325. Then I had to go and I started looking up his stats at Michigan. 88 tackles, 39 of those being solo tackles, 49 being assisted tackles, 6 tackles for loss over his whole career, and he assisted on 1 sack. So I mean, again, he is what he is. He's a big guy. He's an athletic guy. He's a run stopper. And again, we talking about a defense in Dallas that is continuously getting gashed up the middle. So we talking about a defense that finished 22nd in the league last year. We gave up 130 yards rushing on the ground per game, and the stat I gave you earlier that I found we allowed. Let me get closer to the camera so everybody can hear me. Nah, because this one was crazy. We allowed 2.7 yards run before contact.
Yeah, that's the one.
Man,
I didn't know that was the one I was going crazy. I was like,
that's
what?
fucking disgusting, bro.
That's like you said earlier. That's damn near 3 yards. So you running 3 yards before any of us even touch you. And then I like stats. I like numbers. I just started digging deeper. Our defensive tackles ranked 28 out of 32. And again, in McCarthy's 3 years as the coach, we've ranked 23rd, 19th, and 20th in run defense. So again, this wasn't the attractive pick, but this pick, once you get to thinking about it, it fills a long time need on the inside. You know, it wasn't the best player available. It was what we needed. So essentially, this was a Dallas attempt in trying to, you know, turn around the one weakness in Dan Quinn's defense. You know, many people predicted him to be more of a second round pick, but and that was because of his delay getting off the ball. But I mean, maybe that's something that they can coach up. He's not really a tremendous, like exceptionally well block shedder right now, but just in watching videos and what I saw and what I read, it looks like you said, tackles for loss. It looks like he's able to track down the running backs very well for you know, such a bigger nose guard. And just the fact that you have such a big presence right there at the nose tackle, again, you're talking about having moments where teams, offensive linemen are going to have to double team him, which again is going to open up those gaps for our linebackers, and is also going to help our linebackers with their depth when it comes to teams running things like, like play action and stuff on us. But essentially with this first round pick, again, it's not the sexy pick, but we got a true run stopper that is really gonna help the team for sure.
I mean, a lot of the times, you know, in the first round, like some teams do have their targets and who they want. It's really about like the talent that's available. But for us to address a team need in the first round without that talent there, I think that's definitely a plus for us going into the offseason or going to the draft day one. But day two, I have to get more familiar with the tight end for sure. We're gonna do that. What y'all think about the rest of the draft though? Do we need to hit O-line?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, we filled the void of left tackle or left guard, however you want to play it, as far as when those two are out there together. Tyron, of course, is on his last legs. Eventually, he's gonna be ushered out, respectfully, of course. And Tyler's gonna take his spot. So pretty soon we're gonna need another left guard. Honestly, I want to see what Steele comes back looking like, because he was finally showing promise. That first year was a struggle, but that second year was a massive improvement. So, I mean, I want to see when he come back, what he looks like when he come back. But yeah, we definitely need like just little pieces, bro. We need depth. Somebody's gonna get hurt. It's just what it is, bro. I don't mean to put no jinx and no curse on nobody, knock on wood if necessary. Shit, one of the niggas gonna get hurt, so we just need to add more depth.
Yeah, speaking on the O line,
what I had on the needs, it was offensive guard, tight end, which they just addressed, running back. I had wide receiver. I had another defensive back and another linebacker, just because I feel Michael Parsons, he spends a lot of his time as a lineman. So I just wanted to add some more depth to that linebacker core.
Facts. We really need to let Damone Clark get a little bit more run whenever he get like if he fully healthy, because I think he can be a part of that run stopping defense too. He really good. Like he got good lateral motion. You know what I mean? Like he can move side to side pretty well and track the running back really well. So yeah, just probably add a little bit more depth. To be honest, I don't think we're gonna be making sexy picks this year.
No.
So I don't think we're gonna be making any sexy picks this year, like splash.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna be jumping up.
You know what I mean? Like we feeling needs right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's time to get those like utility type players. Like we just, early predictions for next year based on what you've seen thus far. I know it's super early, but just why not?
Shit, who knows, bro? Aaron Rodgers in New York now. Eric Garden, Vegas, like, bro, it's so much shit going. Didn't where Jimmy go? Jimmy G? Like, yeah. So I mean, like, bro, honestly, I don't know what to expect, bro. I know the Eagles have this motherfucker's forming Voltron. We got to deal with them pretty soon, but
they have formed Voltron.
If we can continue to fill the necessary spots, like the little holes that we got, I think we can at least make it to the second round of the playoffs. But beyond that, is the season is going to determine that for me, like how niggas come out. Maybe not even the season, because at this point, like I get hype off of little moments in the season, not even realizing like as soon as the playoffs come around, these niggas gonna turn to whole different people. So I just wait to see when the playoffs start.
Because honestly, like it's nothing that leads me to believe that it won't be the NFC Championship. It won't be the same as last year. I don't see any evidence that's saying Philly and San Fran won't be playing against each other next year. I feel like there's no reason for us to not be a top 4 to 5 team in the NFC like easily, convincingly. You got San Francisco, you got Philly. I kind of think New Orleans will be improved for sure. I'm a Derek Carr fan. I think they'll be better off, but I think we still are better than them from a roster perspective. I think the Detroit Lions, I think they're not there just yet. I feel like they definitely on their way. The Vikings, I feel like they are who they are. They're a good regular season team, but when it matters the most, you get the results that you get. The NFC East, we should be the best division in football. I feel like our 4 teams are formidable to a certain degree. Washington is like void of a quarterback. I do like the Darren Waller pickup by the Giants. I think that was still for real. That's crazy. That was a dope pickup, but I feel like we're still better than them. I feel like us, Philly, San Francisco, Minnesota. I feel like that's the hierarchy in the NFC, and I don't see why we should fall out of it. Next year should be a similar season to last season. I have bigger expectations for the playoffs. I think that second round that's doable. Second round isn't far-fetched for sure. I think that's a good ceiling. It's sad that we got to be this realistic, but what else can we do at this point? What? Eli, what you think? Eli, what you think for next season?
This season coming up. I mean, it look like they're doing what they're supposed to do in the draft so far as far as drafting for needs that they feel that fits their system. I know they drafted the defensive tackle, because he was a run stopper specialist with the potential to have, pass rusher abilities. You know what I'm saying? So they felt like that was something they needed that they didn't have outside of what's his name? Jonathan I don't want to mess up his last name. Starts with an H, but Hankins, there we go.
Hankins.
Yeah, there it is. Hankins. So, now we got a little bit more depth there. That frees them up, as to what you can do with Michael Parsons. Right. So, I think they need to add maybe another cornerback in the draft, and like Chris said, maybe another linebacker or another defensive edge, somebody coming off the edge with D-Law. But as far as upcoming season, as long as they do what they need to do, I feel like they're not done signing free agents because I think they might add more depth at the wide receiver position through, free agency after the draft. You know what I'm saying? And then see who else is available. Maybe they bring back Ty. You know, just to kind of solidify that wide receiver room. If they do what they're supposed to do, bro, depending on what McCarthy is, you know, the offensive. I feel like they can. I feel like they can take it to that conference. Is the ceiling for me, you know, and then probably a first round exit, just more than likely.
Hey, shout out to the homie Ward, man. Shout out to the homie Ward. What's good with you, dog?
Javon, shout out to what's up, Brody? You said John said what?
Oh, he wanted to make sure we mention Sam Williams, man. Don't forget Sam Williams because he is on the edge and he's solid, bro. I love his speed. I love that drive. He in the same vein as Micah to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not the exact same, but like similar skill set. Very like kind of undersized, but really skilled at bending in the corners. You know what I mean? Like getting around the edges and using his speed to their advantage. So shout out to Sam Williams, man. Yeah, like I said, man, just filling out those holes that we need, bro. Like that's the main thing right now. Like we solidifying shit. Like, of course we do need like star receivers at some point because, just like you said, that can't overcompensate for less talented receivers. Like if niggas, he not throwing you open. Like you know what I mean, like you gonna have to get open. you have to be capable of getting open on your own. Now we can like. That's what like going back to the McCarthy shit. I'm trying to see how we scheme our players open. Like if we better at that, because we was doing a lot of like post routes and double stacking motherfuckers, and that's how Dak was getting fucked up because they was able to play in between both of the players instead of like cutting that player off and making him to pick a side, like pick a player that he gonna stay with. So I'm really looking forward to how we scheme people open, bro. Like the talent will be that's important.
Before I let Chris go, I kind of want to I actually got faith in this receiving core, but you got to remember, Michael Gallup spent most of last season, he was coming back from injury. So I think like a full off season of like doing what he knows how to do at his level of athleticism, I think that's going to pay dividends. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Oh no, this is delayed, bro. This is delayed. I'm behind, so I was just listening.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, but him spending a full offseason healthy, doing what he knows how to do at his level, I think that's good for him. CD, another year of him progressing, especially a good offseason, a good work. And Brandon Cooks, he was in Houston last year. You know, that environment is not a winning environment. Him changing environment, I think that could elevate his play even more, knowing he has a chance to contend. So I think those three receivers, I think they'll be definitely formidable. I think they should be one of the better receiving cores in the NFC for sure. But I just wanted to touch on that for sure. But Chris, you can do your thing, bro.
Now I wasn't saying I don't have no faith in them. I think those three most definitely given again, this is all predicated on Dak playing to his pedigree. With those three, this would definitely be an electric type of offense. Again, we still need another running back, possibly still need another tight end. I was just saying, I just want one more receiver to that core, just because you know it's a long season. You got people coming out, you got people coming in, you got people getting hurt. I just want us to always stay clicking on all cylinders. So for me, what I expect this season, I'm probably leaning more towards kind of with Eli. You know, it's going to be the same. Maybe another 12-5 season, make the playoffs. I mean, essentially, it's still the same team. We've added some more players just to what this team is that are essentially going to be hella beneficial for us as a unit. And to me, man, I don't want to say this because I feel like in being a Cowboys fan, we say this it's our year, but I just feel like with everything being the same, how it's set up, how everything is looking. I just feel like they in the hunt still. So it's just really just predicated on them playing to their pedigree and of course injuries. But I look at it like another 12-5 season.
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, honestly, I don't expect us to be like on some losing shit. Like honestly, I think we have a schedule where it's fairly easy for us to get through it with a similar 13-4, 12-5 record in playoff potential. But I just gotta see us get past the second round, bro.
Before we the last topic on the docket before we wrap it up. Actually, if we still got some boys in the chat, this nigga goofy. If we still got some boys on the Facebook Live, I want y'all to put it in the chat and you can read it back to us. I want to involve them. But things we would like to improve personally for the Cowboys, and I can start it off. Discipline for one.
Shout out to Eli, man. What's good with you, dog? This Eli Carter. Not you.
Not you.
Not you. Eli Carter. What's good with you, dog?
Yeah. So if you just coming in, bro. Yeah, things we would like to improve personally, like that you want to see for the Cowboys. If you would put something in the chat, man. But like I said, I want to see discipline. I feel like the costly penalties. I feel like those are like Achilles' heel. It is just keep coming and coming and coming. I feel like that's something that I really would like to improve on. And Dak's decision making late in the game. I feel like a lot of those turnovers throughout the game and his decision making late in the game. I feel like I want to see him improve as a playmaking, like pre-snap. They always say he's one of the best. So like I want you to continue to build on that, man, because like, that's somebody we probably gonna have to pay. We gotta deal with that. Number 4 is probably here for a minute. So, those are just a few things I would like to see. Just the discipline on the quarterback play elevated for sure.
For me, it was pretty much the same thing. Hold on, wait, this mud. Hey, my bad, my notes tripping. For me, it was pretty much the same thing. I just want to see them, really work on their ability to win those big games, those necessary games. I just feel like sometimes, a lot of the times, the Cowboys they get lost. They get lost when it comes to competition, and it's like sometimes they're not focused. They're not locked in enough, which is why I believe, we have moments during the season where mistakes are made in crucial moments throughout damn near every game, whether it's penalties or just dumb plays that come at wrong moments. I just want to see a more locked in team, like they know what the task is before them. And I feel like, okay, maybe if Kellen Moore is gone and Mike McCarthy is like, all right, this is team, I want to see what a more focused Dak looks like, what a more focused offensive core look like. Like, I just want to see just everything focused, less penalties, less mistakes, and just want to really see them rolling on all cylinders. To me, that's the biggest thing. To me, that's the thing that always leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and not even just the players, the coaching as well. There have been games that have been left on the table just because of bonehead mistakes from McCarthy, and it's like we were this close to winning that game if you would have just had the mental capacity to just focus. So for me, I just want to see more focus from the whole team, coaching staff included.
True.
Before the next person go, I do want to say like a big win for us that's going to be kind of slept on was, for whatever reason, he didn't leave, but Dan Quinn staying. Maybe it was a coaching position after that he just didn't like the situation or like, whatever. But him staying is a big win for us, especially what he was able to do last year. That's just, I just want to.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut nobody out. John said at least one more wide receiver, either big, speedy John or another young Cooks type. And as far as like what he would like to change, discipline and accountability along the same lines as Chris was saying. Hold these players and coaches accountable.
I like it. I like that.
Yeah, y'all niggas getting bags, nigga. Y'all are responsible. Like y'all the reason I be yelling and my kids are scared, okay? I'm in this bitch going crazy. Cause you motherfuckers is fucking shit up. Like I'm watching y'all and y'all repeatedly fucking this shit up when it's a clear path, bro. Like this year, that shit hurt to watch, bro. I'm sorry. That shit really hurt to watch because it's like, nigga, this was a clear path. If we got past San Francisco, bro, I all due respect to Philly, bro. Like I really think we could have beat these niggas. Like no question. In the Super Bowl, anything goes. But like if we would have just managed to play the second half a different way in San Francisco and make it past Philly,
go back to what Chris said about the big games. Like I remember us playing Kansas City like other season. We couldn't pull it out in Kansas City. Both games against San Francisco. We couldn't even beat Aaron Rodgers with a horrible Green Bay roster this year. Like it's just those mental errors. We can't pull it out. It's like on paper, we always the superior team on paper, but we just can't pull it out on the field. We need what's on paper to translate on the field. That's the problem.
I wish I had that meme. You know, when they was playing, they lost and he took his headset off and threw it. I so wish I could have played this.
Shout out to Deja. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. We locked in. Appreciate the support. I ain't mean to cut you off, Eli.
Yeah, what you want to see improve?
I mean, y'all pretty much hit it over the head, bro. I think we all want to see more accountability, which I don't know what you could do to hold a nigga accountable besides take playing time away or whatever. So I don't know, unless we firing niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I guess them holding themselves accountable, you know, letting us know what they going to do better. Getting more consistency from that. I need to see something better out of our offensive line this year. Because if I feel that's where my comfort level is lying in, you know, is if the offensive line is playing well, I feel like our offense is going to move regardless. Because we're going to have a decent running game, which we still don't know who the fuck we're going to have it running. So hopefully they can get a better running back. So that's another thing that I want them to be better at. The running game. The defense is going to be the defense. So I'm just expecting them to continue to be what they do, especially what they've been adding. So, you know, that's about it, man.
I didn't hear anybody say anything, but like, how y'all feel about addressing safety at some point? I didn't hear anybody. I did.
Did we address our kicker situation? Did we address our kicker situation?
Oh yeah, true. That's one thing we definitely need to look at too. As far as safety though, like we got Dono and we got Malik Hooker still, right?
Did somebody get hurt or am I tripping?
The other safety, it was Dono, it was Malik Hooker. Oh, well, no. Hold on, we got a Curse, Dono, and I think Hooker was the one that got hurt.
Okay.
Hooker was the one that got hurt.
Maybe I got my wires crossed, so I was trying to make sure, yeah.
But yeah, I think we pretty strong. Like, of course, if I'm not mistaken, we actually had somebody on the board. I think they was from like Auburn or some shit. But yeah, man, for me, it's really creativity, bro. Let's get more creative with these plays. Like, you see these young innovative coaches utilizing all this type of imagination to scheme motherfuckers open, bro. Like, and we just don't. We just like the meat and potatoes type of offense. Like we passed that shit because we don't have the offensive line to compensate for like just running up the middle or just drop back 5-step drops. And, you know what I'm saying? Like try to pick a nigga apart. Like we don't have that. Like let's scheme people open. Let's run more like drag screen, shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like something, bro. Let's get more creative. Let's get the playmakers the ball and let them get in open field and make plays. That's the whole point. So for me, stop running this Joe Biden ass offense, nigga. Like we in 2023, nigga. We in 2023, bro. We get this shit together, bro. For real.
Hold on, bro. I know we just didn't draft no 24-year-old tight end.
Another one?
No, the Shoemaker. He 24.
He said the Shoemaker. That
nigga said the
Shoemaker. Who said? Oh, Chris, he 24. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh no, yeah.
What? With that being said,
I mean, that's not gonna take away. That's not gonna take away from what he can do. You know what I'm saying? It just take away from that window that we have.
Exactly.
That's cool, but like, I mean, I guess he ain't getting paid respectfully.
Shout out to the homie Q, man. Shout out to the homie Q. What's good, Brody?
I don't know, bro. I just to me personally, that first pick made sense. And all you expect from your first round pick, in my opinion, is you get 2 contracts, you play for the length of those contracts, you be productive. Second round pick, I expect you to be productive, and I just a blocking tight end, bro. I'm not feeling it.
I mean, when I was looking at him, bro, he didn't look like he was just a blocking tight end, bro. He looked like he was a good route runner. I think he was more of a total. I don't think the Cowboys are just gonna draft a nigga just because he can block. Not at 2, not at the need that we need, bro. I don't think they're doing that, bro.
You'd be surprised.
But when I was looking at the dude, bro, he had it. Yeah.
But the 251 and over.
Didn't he run like a 4.8? Fucking 40 or some
shit. They saying
like
this dude ain't even no type of. He don't. They
gonna be Jason Witten, bro.
Niggas the benefit of the doubt.
He's gonna be Jason Witten, bro.
If we gonna be honest, the Cowboys' second round pick ain't ever that good.
We got Trayvon.
I'm about to say we got Trey in the second round, right?
Trayvon was a second round pick.
Bro, DeMarcus Lawrence is in the second round.
That's cool, but
he wants a longer list though. I swear.
Throughout history, that second round pick ain't been all that. So this is just another example of it, I guess. I mean, as long as it ain't like what was that name? Nacho Charlton.
Taco Charlton. Yeah, I think say Nacho.
You said it right, bro. Nacho Bellagrande.
Yeah, it's
Charleston,
Nacho.
Nigga. Shit.
It's Nacho. It's Taco Cabana.
Yeah, nigga. Nah, that's Taco Bueno, nigga. That's mid.
No, yeah, facts.
And you might have. I'm looking. I'm seeing.
Yeah, check the list.
Okay.
That nigga say you might got him.
Uzier, Jalen Smith, Randy Gregory, Escobar, Bruce Carter, Sean.
Uzier was nice.
Yeah, Uzier was nice.
You naming off some good niggas, bro. I'm just giving.
He was just small. He was a small nigga. I'll give him that.
Who else you got, Marcus?
We got Sam Williams in 2022 though, second round though. So
that's what I'm saying. It's hidden.
I don't know what happened to Kelvin Joseph. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy.
That nigga want to be a rapper, bro.
I don't know. That was crazy. I had high hopes.
Be a fucking rapper, bro. That nigga. Man, and his mixtape was trash, nigga.
How trash?
You can't be trash on football and like you can't be trash in both aspects of your passions. Like what you if you fell in at both, bro, we gotta have a talk.
This was a good pod until they drafted this tight end, bro.
The more the nigga read up on him, he's like, bro, this not good.
This nigga 24.
He's 24, bro. They mean, but the second round.
So the Cowboys ass at drafting tight ends. Is that what we're saying right now? Or we don't trust in their abilities to draft a decent tight end.
I'm tired of talking about these niggas, bro. Y'all are clearly overlooking Ferguson and Hendershot. I know this shit sound like a law office or some shit, but the niggas is nice.
That sound like
Ferguson
some detective head, yeah.
Niggas is nice,
black
bro.
and white shit.
Credit, bro.
The window.
Then the nigga Ferguson jump over somebody who was a Hendershot.
Bro. Nah, bro.
That nigga. You fucked up that
nigga. Bro, this my thing, bro.
Cause we only got one pick in each draft, bro. I mean each
draft,
so we got
hit.
No, we got 3, right?
From 2018 to 2022. And in his whole college career, he only got 54 receptions.
I'm talking about, baby.
He was gonna beat her. He was gonna beat her. Long story short, he was gonna beat her, bro. Like
it might be. When he start college, he walked on or some shit.
It might be a hard reach, man. It might be a hard reach at round 2, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm telling, bro, it should have been the fucking running back. And we still had the other running back from Texas.
As a senior.
He pissed. I don't blame you, dog. I'm just...
Because I'm not trying to... Bro. Hey, shout out to Shoemaker, bro. He made it to the league, bro.
Man, that nigga better start making some shoes for everybody. Goddamn.
Oh, bro, I don't. Some picks, I feel like maybe you got to sit on it for a day, pause. But, you know, and then.
Tyler Smith, Leighton Vander Esch. I get it. I get it. I get it.
I mean, his senior year, he played in 9 games, 17 receptions.
17 receptions in 9 games? What the fuck, bro? Nah, bro.
Look, bro, this is what
bro.
Luke
He
Shoemaker
was a
said,
5th-year
bro.
senior in 2022, a 5th-year senior.
This is him
Bro,
when they interviewed him, bro.
Maybe they put in the wrong pick. They put the wrong name
I ain't gonna
on
hold
it.
you.
They said that he's the perfect replacement for Dalton Schultz.
Got food waiting on me. We finna get this out. We can just like
from his words,
right,
he said, "I'm a playmaker with the ball in my hands."
No.
Appreciation,
bro.
Yeah, no. Fuck that,
bro.
Nigga. Fuck that nigga. We gonna see what's
This is the last thing. I ain't never read nothing like this ever in life. It said that he's known for his blocking and speed. No receptions, bro.
Bro,
What we drafted?
Bro,
what's the speed for if he ain't catching?
I thought he was like 4. That nigga run like a 4.8. That's speed. Oh,
I don't know.
Either way, man.
I'm gonna have to watch Boston Lombardi on. I gotta see what Boston Lombardi is, man.
Either way, man, we'll see what we look like towards the beginning of the season. We'll reconvene with a little bit more information, a little bit more moves in the off season, and hopefully a little bit of film on how the team is meshing and gelling together. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. All that football shit is cool, but it's playoff time, man. The Warriors are currently playing right now. And so far, and my boy made a pretty bold statement on Twitter not too long ago saying that this is probably one of the best first rounds in a while. Mm-hmm. I'm debating it. I don't really know if I feel the same way, but how y'all feeling about the playoffs thus far? Entertaining?
Very, very entertaining. Got a nice little upset with the Bucks and the Heat. Jason Tatum, not to sound corny and quote celebrities or whatever, but Jason Tatum said he wouldn't necessarily call it an upset. I don't know his criteria on it, but I think these playoffs, they got everything that we would hope for. Some series are longer than others. Some series shouldn't have gone on as long as they are. Celtics, Hawks. The Bucks definitely got surprised by the Heat. Whether Giannis should have set in game 2, that's up for question. Actually, Mike Budenholzer might kind of look shaky for him this offseason. Not for nothing, though. The Knicks were able to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 4-1. I think the Cavaliers got some depth issues. It seemed they're real top-heavy. With like Garland, Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Jared Allen, they got some depth issues.
Bro, somebody got to. We need that. He needs some milk drop. Them niggas, they was beating it. Like, bro, New York versus Cleveland looked like when your little brother challenged you to a game of basketball, nigga. Like it was just bullies. Like it's a straight bully mode, bro. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that shit was just wild to watch, bro. It was crazy hell. And Jalen Brunson, Eli, once again, I stand corrected, bro. He's that nigga, bro. He has a ride.
I told y'all, man. It's all right.
It's fine.
It's all right.
Appreciate it. But yeah, I'll let you get back to where you was at, nigga. God damn.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I was just about to shout out Chris for showing up, showing love.
Oh man. Like always, bro, I appreciate y'all, bro. Family, I love y'all. I'm really, really proud that, you know what I'm saying, what y'all put together, you know what I'm saying? Just being watching the foundation from when it began to what it is now. I was just telling Marcus, like, it's only a few podcasts in my rotation. Y'all, Joe Budden, my expert opinion. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
That's heavy praise right there, man. Heavy praise right there, man. We trying to live up to the praise.
For real, bro. Like to me, bro, is I guess it's different, and y'all doing it since y'all doing it. I guess it's different when you in it and compared to being a person on the outside watching, seeing everything come together. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what. Not saying every pod is easy. Not saying y'all don't bump heads sometimes. I'm sure y'all do. I'm just saying, like, what y'all doing, y'all do it effortlessly, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all. Yeah, I butchered that word, but you know, like y'all doing a great job, bro. And I appreciate any moment y'all take the chance to invite me on, whether it be sports, whether it be a tangent with some deep questions, and y'all want to have one of them pods again. I ain't tripping, bro, but I rock with y'all, bro, for real.
Appreciate that love.
Oh, most definitely. Especially since now we got this Zoom shit popping. Like, we can really get
I
into
don't like it.
Fun.
I like chilling with the homies.
Oh no, I probably got on Marcus nerves. I probably asked him 3 times, like, we pulling up. Like, nah, bro, I'm good. I was like,
oh yeah, nah, he on quarantine for most of some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, he ain't trying to pull up nothing, nigga. He said,
nigga, like, bro,
conveniency is all the way. Is what this nigga is all about. Conveniency, bro.
Facts.
I asked him 3 times. He was like, "Nah, you'll get the email as soon as I send it." I was like,
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing
It's only the
nigga hit you with the CC?
top. That's only the top of it, bro. That's only the
But
top.
look how, but
CC?
he making it seem like I was just dismissive about it though. Like, nah, don't even worry about it. We just it ain't like that.
I mean, that's how I took it, bro.
Hold on.
Bro.
John said we can't hoop, bro. Hold on, John. Let's calm it down. Calm it down. Let's not forget we talk sports, but nigga, we live this shit too. Well, I do. I don't know about these niggas. They retired, but
Yeah, nigga, I retired.
yeah, we
about my black ass getting out there.
whenever y'all ready, nigga, I will pull up for the smoke. And let me know y'all still hooping on the weekends. I think y'all open on Saturdays at LA Fitness.
Hey Vaughn, you down for an NBA pod after this?
Yes, sir.
Shit, say less.
All right.
Y'all should have told me that before I intro the playoffs.
Marcus, let us end it, bro, before you get up.
I was trying to get some food. Oh, right, 8 hours, 12 hours, bro.
Okay, we end it first. All right, nigga.
That nigga just did.
This is what.
What was that video where the nigga did the Chuck the Deuces in the gift? And the nigga just disappeared in 3 years. Like, bro, this remind me of when we go to that nigga crib, bro, and that nigga everybody just be chilling in the living room, and this nigga just walk in the room and never come back.
He'll be sitting at the chair. And then he'll sit at the dining table, and then he'll be standing at the hallway room, and then you'll hear him talking from the room with the door open, and then the door closed.
Just silent, nigga, and everybody loves Raymond playing in the fucking background, like,
just like
in the pod,
hey,
we might be looking for another third member soon, man. It might be Jex or some shit, nigga. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, Eli.
Be your own people.
Man. Eli.
That's a bet, Chris. That's a bet.
Oh, man.
Play us out, Eli. Hit us with that shit.
All right, man.
Light us in the air one time for the squad.
I got you. Hey, man, y'all out there, y'all watch, y'all pray. Y'all live holy every day. Man, may God guide your way. Y'all be blessed and y'all be safe. We out.